This is where the fun begins.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the Rancor Lug podcast. Today, we have a fellow Rancor Lug admin member, Benny's Brick House or Benny's Brick Studios, or as he goes to some places, I'll say Falke Gaming as well. You go by a lot of different names, just like Jude Law's character in Skeleton Crew. But welcome, Benny. How are you doing?
Oh, thanks for the invitation, of course, and I'm doing pretty fine. And how are you doing, of course, mate?
I'm doing very good. And today, before we started, me and you were just talking about things already. So I was like, well, we got this. These are some good topics. And you made me, and because you told me you're more with figures and mocks, I'm like, I got some new questions. So but first of all, because this is the question, I did ask like the host as well, but that was more like, why did they start it? Why did you join the Rancor Lug, Benny? Or how did you join? I mean,
Uh, if I remember right, I joined it, I don't know, maybe a year ago,
mm-hmm,
and I had some experience about making some custom figures, and of course, I am more of a dude for photography. And I think it was quite decent to join a group where I could make some content and post and share it with other people and talk to
mm-hmm.
with them. So that's maybe one of my reasons to join Rancor Lug, or I have joined Rancor Lug.
No,
Mm, the other reason is I think that Rancor Lug is an opportunity to share content and make some progress, even as a content creator, to maintain a quality for everyone which is kinda decent and
mm-hmm.
get some ideas which aren't that easy to make even, but they are special. That's a thing or a problem in the Lego community which aren't available sometimes for a lot of the bigger content creators.
Oh, for sure. But and also here's the thing with Rancor with me is like I kind of got me and Cosmic are like friends. He's on our podcast as well. Like I named him a host too, and we're like kind of, because I'm here. It's kind of like a little collab with the podcast. But um, I told him I know he said he was thinking about doing something else, but I said a podcast would be great too. I know he said he was kind of thinking about it already, but it goes behind the scenes. It shows people like who you all are, what it's really about. But Cosmic and I know FWW too, like they're really good guys, and the thing I've noticed with some lugs and Lego YouTubers in general, sometimes with these bigger projects of theirs, they don't have a plan. There's a plan for Rancor in the new year, so and they are very passionate about it. So I trust in it 100% that it will do good for sure. But yeah, but they're just good friends, and I know Cosmic. I know Cosmic's the main owner, and he's a great guy. So I know he wants to really focus on this. So that's really good. But yeah, no, that's a good. But I'm the same way. I just like I've joined like all of your different you know like connections to Rancor servers, because that's like Rancor and these other ones are like what Lego used to be, just the fun and excitement and just talking about it. It's some things with what's happened recently feel a little corporatized or more for money than like the bigger ones, than it seems having fun with it sometimes. But with Rancor and these other groups. It just feels like we're bringing the fun back, and I like that. But yeah.
So you are one of the more older guys, of course, to enjoy Lego and not have that Legoflation, of course, doing where the prices keep going to and going to the moon. And well, I
Well,
don't
well,
know.
well actually, because you brought it up already, let's you here. What do you think about the $1,000 Death Star and the insane Lego Star Wars prices?
Oh God. Well, I think it could be a good set indeed. I'm not saying that $1,000 is nothing. That's maybe a good paycheck for rent and maybe for even a lot of other things which are useful in your own life. $1,000, that's quite a good amount of money. Maybe not a high one, but it's still a lot of money.
Hmm.
But we didn't have to be nervous, of course, for Lego prices. I think if Lego did a good job with the set, they could maybe talk about such big and high prices.
Hmm.
But in my experience, most of the new sets, which are UCS ones, aren't that interesting. We have a Millennium Falcon, which was quite decent and cool. The Mos Eisley Cantina was a good one with the price tag and the amount of minifigs. The order stuff for like $500, which had like more than 20 figures, was quite decent as well. But the new ones like the Luke Land Speeder, UCS Land Speeder, and the TIE Fighter and whatever aren't that quite unique, or the X-Wing. Uh, I hope that this Death Star have a lot to present and worth the team. But I'm be honest, $1,000 are very much, and I wouldn't buy it for that price. So
Well,
a discount for
yeah.
30% off would be better, and we will see.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, this is like for like like American, like that's what these come out in, or where I see them. That's how they do it in how much it will be in like America and or in the states, and that I don't know what the conversion rate on that would be for you, but that's still if it's a little less, that's still around like the price of the Falcon or like a the UCS AT-AT. Either way, it's still very it's great. That's the most expensive Death Star we've ever gotten. So I was saying this. It better like everyone we that talked about it. Well, I've talked about it with.
it should be to design.
It should be damn near perfect. It should be perfect for what that is. If that's a real price and that's the real UCS set coming, it needs to be perfect for it to be that much. That's what I'll say about it. But yeah, because it's just I feel like once you start charging that much, you have to make sure it's very very good. Like you're charging like a luxury brand like that now. Like Lego
Mm,
Lego always has, I guess, but it's because these sets are huge. Like the bigger ones, the UCS are huge. They're big. They include tons of figures. Sometimes the big ones do. So I if it's like they include figures that connect to the Death Star and all that, like the AT-AT, and include a lot of like really good figures from that scene, I could see it being really good. But and maybe it's fully paneled as well, and you can open it. I don't know, but whatever it's gonna be, I hope it's a good set, and it has say a lot of figures. But yeah, but also what I don't know, like I said, I'm not as good on the conversion rates with what you with you, but I also think that some of the rumored ones are also the ones we know about are for Lego Star Wars, Marvel, and some other things are just kind of
mm.
crazy. Like the because the I don't know, to me I was able to get them with like a gift card and stuff from Christmas. But I was able to get the home one and acclimator for like I think 20. Oh no, I had to pay myself 30 because that was the last bit I had to pay of it. But I got those two sets for like $30 instead of like the 120 with a gift card. But still, like, what do you think about like the $70 home one, the $50 acclimator, the $45 interceptor, $70 Arc 170? Like, I mean, there's for what we've seen. I think that the January wave is decent, but have you seen the rumor or the leaked prices for some of the other ones? Like, we're
Mm.
mainly gonna have like $100+ sets in the summer waves, and that's crazy to me. Like, there's a ton of 100 plus, so I don't know.
Yeah, I can say something about the new wave, which is coming next year or in 2 days. Um,
Yeah.
I think the prices are quite expensive, of course. The set with Anakin, Ahsoka, and her droid are $45, and that's kinda ridiculous if we think about the Obi-Wan Starfighter for $30, then Yoda Starfighter for 35, Jedi Bob's Starfighter for 40, and now $45. So only a Starfighter and three figures. That's kind of ridiculous. I don't know what to say. It's like Lego wants to scam us and going with a childhood trick. So you have some memories and buy this one for the original price tag of $45 and be happy with that. But your portemonnaie isn't.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of bringing back some little detail ships like the home one, but for this prices I didn't like it even. $70 maybe for a little thing which I didn't even have to play with. It's only a decoration of maybe at a table, your special work table with a computer maybe to look at it at some time, but nothing else is kind of ridiculous as well. I think the decent set is of course the $70 set, which is kind of okay. You get some figures which are great for the details, and the
Mm-hmm.
Arc 170 is not a bad model as well. It's kind of
Yeah.
getting smaller. That's not the good part of it, and $70 is not also a great price, but if I remember right, the old prices for the last one was $60, and it's okay that we get a little increase. And I say this is the fairest one of all we get at January.
Yeah, I'd say out of that one, um, because I know there are there's like two other sets that are coming, but I don't talk about those. But it's like there was like the $30 juniors N1 Starfighter and the baby the Grogu and the Pram for like a
Yeah,
hundred.
that's right, Krogu.
Oh, yeah, but it's just like I if I don't know if you have it, but I have the original buildable Grogu. It's like I already have it. I'll just wait on a sale for the new one. Like if it's like half off later this year, because it's crazy here. Like most of the ones from this year, like the Pod Racer diorama was like $50 instead of 80 here. I didn't get it, but that I was just like, you could just wait a few months, maybe like half a year, maybe a little more, and they're
Hmm.
all a lot cheaper, and you don't have to pay that crazy price. But yeah, because I got you were just talking about the Yoda Starfighter. I needed like the N1 microfighter and Yoda's Starfighter. Are the you know what I mean? But I got that for $25 at my Walmart here, and $9 for the Microfighter. So it's like I wasn't able to get most of them last year, and got most for Christmas for 23. But either way, it's still like I'm glad I waited, because like, because if I bought it day one, Yoda Starfighter would have been around the same price with tax here as Jedi Bob's. It's just
Mm.
crazy. It's crazy. It's like it'd be like 36, 37 here with tax. So yeah, the Yoda's one at launch would have been. So it's kind of crazy the prices, because um but because you said you're more like figure builder and not really a mock. This question has build, but we'll just say like favorite, like I guess you're more of a custom figure maker. What's your favorite Star Wars era or like game or show movie? What do you like to big your figures from mainly, or is it random? Or do you have a favorite like era you like to do figures from, or what?
Well, I have some favorite parts, of course, in the Star Wars history. I would say the Imperial era under Emperor Palpatine is one of the important ones and one of the
Mm-hmm.
more interesting ones. But I think even the prequels has something to give on. Not maybe about the history, but I would say about the figures you can build. It's I don't know. Uh,
Yeah,
and of course the Clone Wars. End of the Clone Wars. You saw my best post, I think, with
mm-hmm.
custom clones and with Admiral, the Blind Admiral, and it's kinda decent, which you can see. And of course, I think clones have a interesting style. Even the armors are mostly colorful, and they changed after the Empire has risen from the Galactic Republic and other stuff like that. The Senate, and of course, got to the Galactic Senate, and I don't know, the rise
Yeah.
of Palpatine and the Empire is kind of interesting and impactful. The clones um, didn't have their job at the long run anymore, so they got exchanged for troops of humans. And worldwide of the galaxy, you could get recruited for the Empire, for their glory, for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I like even Star Wars video games, like The Force Unleashed, of course.
Yes.
It's
Yep.
it's childhood. It's memories. It's I don't know. I had him back in the day the Sith edition, which included the three other missions, like killing Obi-Wan Kenobi,
Yes.
fight off Luke Skywalker, and help him to become a Dark Lord,
Yep.
kinda switching to the dark side, and fighting yourself at the Jedi Temple. Gain Meg gegen versus Gain Meg. It's kinda incredible. That limits was somehow peak Star Wars at that moment.
I I I just like I agree. People have most people liked Force Unleashed, and I like two as well. But it's just like yes, I just miss like those like older Star Wars games. Like I when I was younger for sure as well. It was like the original Battlefront games on my PlayStation 2 and other what else I had it on. There was PlayStation 2 Battlefront. Then there was The Force Unleashed. I played the Old Republic, or KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. But it's like there were so many good ones, and then they're like, oh, well, some of these are now legends. I'm like, what? like they're not even like canon anymore. But then they can be. We just pick and choose from them. Oh, like, we'll take a friend here, and we'll take this character from there, and then like. But besides that, it's like, oh yeah, these books are now not canon unless we want to take something from it. It's
Not
kind
the
of
way which Disney think about Star Wars anymore. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that we got a Darth Malak even. He's
yep.
from Legends and of course the apprentice of Darth Revan. But yeah, we got him, a Legends character, an old Republic one.
Yeah, I like the most surprising thing to me is that Lego even gave an Old Republic figure. I didn't even expect him to do it. I was like, well, that's a shocker. Old Republic, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Like, but the thing I'm loving though, like I have liked a lot of the newer Star Wars stuff, and I think Skeleton Crew is probably the best show that came out this year, going into next year. But Bad Batch the final season was pretty good, and but there there are hints because if in Skeleton Crew they mention the Old Republic, it keeps getting brought up 50,000 times. There's something to do with the Old Republic and what their planet being from the Old Republic. It's interesting, but I am but if that means if Skeleton Crew is the way we get Old Republic stuff into Star Wars again, I'll take it because it's good. It's good. But let's see. Well, I got I have like one more question because you said you like to build from like you like to do figures like Force Unleashed or the clones and prequel era stuff. Well, all right, now I got one. I think I got one more pretty good question here. Um, because you are a figure, more of a figure builder or figure like custom maker. Um, what figures would you want Lego to make? Like, or are there ones where you are like, I wish these could be made? What would you want to remake, or like, would you just want a new character entirely? Like, what would you want?
That's a very good question indeed. I thought about a lot of figures, if I would be honest, even. And I think TV Unleashed should get, of course, a remake, kinda like
Mm-hmm.
Starkiller. You can see I have a picture in this
Yep.
interview with Starkiller and Darth Vader from the second part
Yep.
of the video games series, and I have battle damage Darth Vader from the Vogue Shadow. And I think we need a Darth Vader which is better damage, of course. And
Mm-hmm.
I think we could even go deeper in the TV Unleashed universe and get characters like General Ramkota, which are even a foundation member for the rebellion. We could even get some Imperial troopers like the Purge troopers, not the ones from Jedi Fallen Order, but
Yeah.
the big ones with rockets on their shoulders.
Yeah.
And the royal guards aren't that new and like thing, but I would. It would be fire if we could even get the blue ones, the blue guards. That was kind of impressive to see blue royal guards for the Empire, not the
Yeah.
only red ones or the shadow guards and other stuff like that. And I would have even other figures which I would like to see. I think we shouldn't forget about the Sith, like Darth Plagueis and Darth Tenebrous, which are the Siths before Palpatine, of course. Darth Plagueis was Sith Master, and Darth Tenebrous was the Master of Plagueis.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a Plagueis minifigure would be even more incredible to have. Biff, like Canopus, isn't that unique to build, and we have some Biffs, of course, like 2014, and the new Cantina gives you a Biff head and other things. But I think Released, or how the race of Darth Plagueis is called, or should I say Hego Damask, uh,
Hmm.
isn't available, of course, for Lego. They need special headpieces and, of course, some quite interesting toys, not the one from Palpatine. And yeah, that would be some of my minifigure dreams. I would say that I have some other ones, but I want to hear your dream figures at first.
Wow. Oh, I mean, for me, there's like you just said, there is so many. But of course, I have like like I would love a remake of Star Killer because the original, to be it was back in the old like Lego style where they had like just two dots and then just like kind of like printing, like it wasn't as detailed as we get now. And so
Indeed.
I would love remakes of those characters, of course. Like before, but would we get that? I don't know. But also a cool thing, like you could do like alternate timeline for some of these stuff, like the Sith edition did. You could have evil Luke or our mayor, Star Killer in the Sith garb when he goes to hunting down Luke to turn him evil. Like you said, you can have these different versions of the characters from the evil playthrough or like the good, the canon one for what they have, the story, and then you had the evil path. But goodness, it's like you could do just so much. I mean, I would want more of the clones that we haven't gotten. Especially for me, I would want more Bad Batch figures. I want more stuff from the Bad Batch show because that to me is probably one of the best ones they actually have made. And then you have like Gregor, you could get a new version of Wolf, maybe like the Empire, like Imperial outfit version of Cody, like
Mm.
a Bad Batch Rex. Like there's ones from Bad Batch you could do like where Rex has like the poncho on or whatever too. Then there is let me see. I mean Clone Wars era stuff. There's so many clones. Or
Young
uh,
Commandos.
yep. There might I've heard we might get Galactic Marines this year, which is interesting. Uh, but there's also other ones like there was I don't know how they do it or how they make it, but 99 from the Clone Wars, and there's other figures we also have not gotten that are clones, but also from the prequels. And I think it's ridiculous. I maybe it's because of the actor passing away. Maybe it's just I wouldn't think so though because uh even the actors that have from it they still have figures, but I would love to see another Count Dooku because it's been so long, and they have now you have multiple versions you can do. You can do young Dooku, like Tales of the Jedi. You could do like the old one, where he's a Sith. He's turned to the dark side. You can have like that. You can have like Christopher Lee. I think it's crazy to me that we haven't had a Dooku since 2013 with the Yoda versus Dooku set
Mm.
or the dual on Geonosis, that one. But I feel like there's so many ones that just I and for me too. I just wish they would do some set remakes, like make ones that they did, but make them better and include like the set maybe around the same figures, but just make it more for today. Because I love a lot of the Clone Wars ships. I love the Malevolence, but I didn't get that one. I wanted to. I could have, but it was just one of those ones that was very expensive. And I was a kid at the time, so it kind of passed me by. But I know there's other ones. I just wish I wish we got more Rebel. Now Ahsoka did do this. The Ahsoka sets, they did bring like more Rebels characters in, but it's just like I feel like we could have like a new few Rebels sets like from Rebels and include other things like I don't think we ever got a Loft Cat. Maybe we did, but it's just like you know I don't I
Mm.
think it'd be cool to maybe get the abandoned like Jedi temple and have like the spirit of Yoda or whatever talking to Ezra or like Kanan versus the Grand Inquisitor, but it's it's him in the Jedi robes or the Temple Guard uniform. Well, the visions scenes in the Rebel show. I think there's so many things you could do with all of these different ones. Old Republic, you can name like every character because they need a figure. But it's just like you can just name all of Old Republic, like yes. But it's just I feel like there's so much Lego could do, and I feel like Force Unleashed and all these things are popular. It's just that because they haven't been in the zeitgeist recently, they're like you said, they're falling out of favor, and that's kind of sad because like because of Ahsoka, which I will give this to Ahsoka. I think it would have been better like if they just made the episodes a little longer and combined episodes instead of you having to wait like over 8 episodes when there were episodes nothing really happened. But but the thing with Ahsoka is they brought back characters people wanted remakes of, like a new version of. Like they got brought back Hera, Sabine, Ahsoka. Now with the Dawn Peridia, like
Granted before,
uh,
and yeah,
Ezra, and but the new version of Ezra where he's trapped on the planet. Even then, that's like all like I would love like from all these shows for them. I just feel like with some of the shows that they're very underrepresented. But you could get Yaddle from Tales of the Jedi, like the Dooku versus Yaddle or something, or like young
and the young
Dooku.
Palpatine, of course,
Yep,
next to him.
yeah, and young Qui Gon, young Dooku. Um, there's one Inquisitor, one of the coolest looking Inquisitors from
I got
Tales.
killed instantly.
Yeah, in Tales of the Jedi, the end of part one, Ahsoka's part. The Ahsoka 3 part. The fine was it the sixth Inquisitor? He had like the Plague Doctor man. That one will be awesome to get. I would love that Inquisitor because even though Ahsoka beat him in that episode, it was still one of the best looking Inquisitor designs I've ever seen. But no, don't give me that. I because even Lego could do what they like to do, Benny. They could just reproduce a season 7 Ahsoka and then just have the new Inquisitor. It's crazy. But they just, I came up with a way to Lego for them to make a new character, but also just reproduce a figure they already made. Oh my god, you could do it, but I just that's the thing with me. Lego could do so many things. Like you could have like a duel on that planet with that Inquisitor from Tales of the Jedi. It just have it be a little duel set like the Ahsoka versus Maul or the duel on Mustafar like one.
Mhm.
15 $20 and have a little fight set. But yeah, I don't know. I just wish they would do like more fun characters or ones we haven't seen instead of remakes of 50 Farm Boy Lukes and 50 land speeders.
The special loop from the GWP, of course, for buying the New League Stars game. That's the special one, of course, with the blue milk.
Yeah,
Don't forget the blue milk.
he has just a little blue melt stash and that's it. That's well, the only reason it's exclusive. But
And Disney face prints, of course.
no, I mean we joked about that, but it's like Lego's favorite set is the land speeder. They cannot stop making it.
Every calendar, every day, you can get one for free.
Well, the thing here, look, even in the Advent calendar, they had to bring the land speeder. Oh my god, they just keep making land speeders. It's crazy. They love their land speeder. but are there any like sets you would? I know mainly like some Force Unleashed. I would want Legends stuff as well. I just don't know if they'll ever do it, unfortunately. But maybe we could get Life Day. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh Lord, the holiday special. Have you seen that?
Uh, could be one show which I looked, but I'll be honest, I didn't watch Skeleton Cruise, and for all the holiday specials like the
Yeah,
new ones, I think I watched it. This one with Darth Vader, maybe with Lego, of course, and the
yeah.
holiday trip, something like that, and most of the other real series, but Skeleton Crew isn't a series which I watch it even now, which I have to do maybe in the future.
I
And the
yeah.
Christmas ones I
Mhm.
have to watch, and I don't know.
The original holiday special from it was
The
before
Ewoks one, right?
the one where they were on Kashyyyk and did the like the Wookiee Han Solo. Look who's coming to dinner. Chewbacca
Ah,
brings.
yes, yes, I know the theme, where he
Look.
found out that Chewbacca can talk and such things.
or yeah, and then like Chewbacca's grandfather is like are like the or they're like he's watching like the Star Wars equivalent of corn and stuff like dude that is the like weirdest I can't believe that was our first introduction to Boba Fett like the character is in that I mean dude that special is a fever dream it's just the original one, and they're making stuff from it today, like Disney at the parks. They have like Life Day stuff, like they have like Chewbacca in the red robe with the little glowing orb and stuff. I'm like, what in the world? I didn't even know you would make that. Like everyone trashes on it, and then they're like, no, we'll make some holiday special stuff. I didn't. I just Oh man, just start. Listen, I will give this. George tried something new. It didn't really work. But then after that, they had Empire Strikes Back, which is one of the best Star Wars movies. So, I mean, I'll give him some slack on that. I don't know what he was thinking with the holiday special. That's worse than the prequel. People complain about the prequels. That holiday special is the worst than anything. But yeah, I'm joking. Oh, oh no! Benny popped out accidentally. I think I'm gonna wait for him to come back. But I think he accidentally tapped out. Yeah, B- yeah. Benny's coming back, but in the chat, and then he said George Lucas got invited to the Disney party. And the other part, I don't know if that's like. Yeah. Oh no. I'm gonna send him the link again, just make sure. Uh, but yeah, I just think there's so much Lego could do that they haven't done. But that's me. But I think, honestly, though, I think that is probably it. I asked all the questions I wanted to ask, even though, even though Benny got kicked out for some, or I didn't kick him out. I don't. He got kicked out for some reason, or he lied out. I don't know, but yeah. I think this is where we're going to end this episode of the Rancor Lug podcast, episode 2. Thank you all for watching, and we will talk to you all later. Bye bye, everybody.